Okay, so here's the box that came for the Kickstarter. I've already taken the liberty of taking the tape off with my handy-dandy people opener. So let's open it up and see what we get with the Kickstarter. Now mine was the base version. Literally, that's it. So I just got that. Ooh, hello. And I have Combat Ash. I'm assuming this goes for the game. Let's see if I can get that out of the sleeve. I actually did not have a chance to watch any of the play videos for this, so I sponsored it because I thought it was cool that they were helping other people out. One, it's Evil Dead, and I thought it was cool that it was a failed project that Jasco Games basically resurrected. That's really kind of cool. So that people would have a chance to get their actual game that another company failed to do. So about the game, Evil Dead 2 is a board game. It's a wild romp, that's probably true. Through a cult classic film, players will fend off deadites, search the cabin for items, and Necronomicon pages. And attempt to close off the portal before evil... Hold on, you know what? I'm doing this the bad way. Evil is unleashed against the world. But beware, you can't trust everyone. For a moment's notice, you'll find your allies are working for evil. That's one of the reasons I got it. It has a nice Betrayal of the Mansion feel to it. I know that somebody becomes a traitor through the traitor mechanic. Doesn't look like there's anything else in there. Oh, and that's just sexy. Well, I mean, it's not, but, you know, it is. So, let me see if I can do this one-handed without opening myself up with my patented human opener. Let's see here. And of course, I'm cutting towards myself because that's what you do. It's the sane way of doing things. It's not. Don't use a knife like that, kids. All right. So, here we go. Plastic off. I apologize. It's been a long day. I'm exhausted. And I'm doing this one-handed. So, all right. Let's see. Oh, and of course it's sealed on the sides. Nope, let me pause this. I'll be right back. Okay, so it wasn't paused. This is a slipcover. That's the inside of the box. It's obviously the Awakened Necronomicon after somebody said Klaatu Barata necktie. So let's see if I can do this part one-handed. Come on. Come on. Come to Papa. Come on. It's really hard to do this with a cell phone. Ooh. Okay. So there's our fancy rule book. Nice. Great art. Of course, Bruce. Looks like pretty good layout. I'm just kind of flipping through the map areas. Okay. Of course, there's ads. But that's not bad. Extra pack, so actually an ad for the game. The Cinestory, I didn't actually sponsor this. I thought about it, but it's a graphic novel for the movie. And I've seen the movie, I don't know, 20 billion times. Buffy. There's our tokens. Looks pretty cool. Obviously the Necronomicon itself. A couple of the pages. Sneakers for some reason. Shotgun shells obviously are important. Axes. Boards. Ooh. These look like... Ooh. A little bit thin on the punch. All right. So these guys are obviously player reference cards of some sort. A couple of them looks like, because I know this is a multiplayer game. Really good quality, actually. I mean, the punch is light, which I actually like, because you're not going to sit there for 5 hours trying to get it out and tear things. Here is the cabin. Let's see if I can unfold this miraculously one-handed. Really good quality, actually. Okay, that's a pretty big board. It's folded, obviously. There we go. So this is the tracker, from what I understand. And these are all the notations, if you can see in there, of like where everything's supposed to go, the portals and so forth. Okay, one-sided. And I'm hoping this is going to be the awesome minis. Should be, in theory. Okay, so there's the dice. I love anytime a game gives you extra space in their little trays. All right, so our dice, we have the skull, the blanks, obviously, and chainsaws. So I'm assuming skulls are misses, chainsaws are hits, and blanks are blanks. I should probably have said that the other way. All right, there's Rotten Applehead. That's the head that you see the point of view coming through the door all the time. The Tree in the Woods. The cards that you'll be using actually to play the game. And then finally, in this guy, should be the minis. It's a pretty big stack of minis, actually. Let me pause this again, and then I will go ahead and have these lined up on a little table so we can take a look at them. Okay, and there you have all the miniatures that come in the game. It's quite a bit. As we already showed, there's some of the big guys. The hands, the Ash's severed hand. Oh, why can I not think of her name? The one that the wife that Ted Raimi played. A whole bunch of Deadites that are all exactly the same. And I don't know. Let's see if I can get these guys to zoom in a little bit more. Apparently not. Hold on. Let me see if I can. There we go. You gotta all have baseball hats, hollowed out chests, and Birdman stance. We have Linda, Good and Evil, evidenced by the head. Jake, I believe. I'm just gonna go through and kind of show these guys. Now I have to assume that I have the right evil characters. Some of them are pretty easy to see. Like obviously Ash is Good Ash, Bad Ash, and the Ash with the chainsaw and the gun, Combat Ash. But some of these are a little iffy as to which one's which. Bobby Joe, I think I've got right because I remember her floating obviously in two. The miniature quality, I gotta say I was kind of hoping for a little bit more. They're a little thin. They're a harder resin. And as you can tell, like Linda is really lean in there. A couple of the other guys kind of have a bend to them where I'm worried that they're going to break when I try to paint them. Like Bobby Joe's got the stand on her back, and that's fine. It's just, it looks like it's going to be a little hard to paint that in and get that looking right. Normally I'm a miniature wargamer, so normally I would have liked to snap that and put like a little piece of clear plastic on there so it really does look like she's floating. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that with the type of plastic they used. It's a really interesting hard resin. I'm kind of 50-50. Maybe it's just because I've been waiting for this game to come out so long and I've Kickstarted it. And they did a really good job on the turntables, don't get me wrong, but it's like any Kickstarter. Like, you kind of, you wait a while, and then when it finally comes... Actually, now that I'm looking at them in the camera, they're a little bit better, I think, close-up than I had originally expected. Wish I would have seen a little bit more detail on the dagger, since it's a bunch of spinal cords, but... let's look at the main man. Right, not a bad miniature. I mean, it's definitely Bruce. Ash before the chaos. You know, Ash at the beginning of 2. Not too bad. Maybe I'm taking that back. Like some of this, I think maybe it's just the way I was under the lighting. Now I'm looking under a camera, there's a little bit more detail than I thought. I do wish the plastic quality was a little different. Like I said, it's like a hard... It's not like a 3D resin printer, but it's kind of close to that, where if you've ever picked up those minis where they're solid, but you're worried that if you put too much stress, they're going to snap. And obviously this is going to see a lot of gameplay with us, but and miniatures are a huge component of this game. I got to figure out how. I don't know if I have to heat up Linda with like a heat gun and then try to bend her back into place and let her cool real fast. I don't know, but I mean that's creepy. So yeah, there you have it. You do get quite a bit of miniatures for the game. You get a lot of components. The components, the card stock and everything is pretty good quality. The rules look pretty good. I'll let somebody else deal with the gameplay of it, but can't wait to try it out. Hopefully we'll do actually a video of. I'm really excited for this one, but that's also because I'm a huge Evil Dead Army Darkness fan. So there you go. At least there's a quick unboxing. Have a good one, guys.